Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to discuss Model 1 versus Model 2, which is kind of like the design pattern used in web applications. Okay, and if I remember correctly, probably this is the first web design pattern, okay, not a Gun of 4, that book, okay, the 23 design pattern, 22 or 23 design patterns. I have learned when I was learning Java. Okay, so here I have a diagram to show you the Model 1 and Model 2. Let's talk these two models from the history. Okay, so as we know, the first Java technology for the server side code is servlet. Okay, when the servlet comes out, and when we write application using dynamic web application using servlet, all our HTML code, which is the views, are printed out from our servlet using output stream, right, to the HTTP response. And by doing that way, and we have to work with the string concatenation, and this is really time consuming and also very error prone. There's another thing, like for a company, we also has a web designer which design the look and the feel of our page, of our website, and also have the programmers or developers which will add the dynamic content into our web application. But for web designers, it's really hard for them to understand the servlet, and also really hard for them to actually picture. Do I say pictureize or picture? Have a comprehensive picture based on those strings and how they actually gonna be look like in the browser. So after that, the JSP comes out. And a JSP can have two types of element inside. The first one is what? The first one is HTML. All the things you can put in the HTML, then you can put it in JSP. Okay, so this solves the problem for web designers, because now they can, when they open the JSP, they actually, what they see is HTML code. But we need to have a dynamic part, right? So the second part of a JSP, second type of element in JSP is dynamic, like scriptlet, declaration, and declaration with others, directive, expression, and EL expression. And so now in JSP, you can have two part of things. First part, which is the view, which I intentionally to change to switch from from Keynote to PowerPoint. Okay, so JSP, can I make it too thicker? Okay, I'm still not familiar with this one. Okay, and sorry. Only I cannot just this is we cannot change the lines thickness. Okay, so here JSP, which can contain two parts. One is HTML. HTML, we think it's a view. Okay, and suppose inside here you also can write Java code. Java code, we think, is a controller. Okay, and now our view and controller are all inside the JSP. This is Model 1. okay, which means suppose you want to grab information from the, suppose here we have a page, okay, and here is for sign up, okay, like your username, okay, and then your password, and let's add another gender, okay, and then here have a button sign up, okay. Okay, suppose this is a sign up .jsp, okay, and then when I click sign up, I have to retrieve the username, password, and gender I inputted, right? And it will also done in another JSP called what should I say? Self sign up, which is a bad name. Okay, I couldn't come up with a name now. Okay, and inside of this JSP, you will write properly scribble. You have to scribble it, and here you can have a request dot get a parameter, which is username, request dot get a parameter, and password, and all of them, and from here you also need to work with Java Bean, which means you create a new user and then you save the new user into the database, okay, and so here the JSP in this case act as a view and controller, okay, and Java Bean is a model, our domain model, like the user, employee, student, person, okay, which is to carry the information we can for the form information, okay, and now JSP actually can achieve achieve the application logics, but is model 1 good? It's not good, okay. First, you can see our JSP is to do two things now, okay. In one JSP actually to do two things. First is do whatever the view, okay. Second, it also act as a controller. I forgot who said that this is a principle, which is single responsibility. If we have a method or have one JSP file which to do two things, then you have to separate. Like when in my previous company, when in our code review, if we have a method which I do two jobs, we have to separate into two methods. Same thing here, JSP and are doing two things. One is a view and one a controller. Okay, so in this case, there's no separation of concerns. Your code is mixed together. Okay, second one, our JSP here. Okay, suppose we want to separate. You not using JSP, this technique, not JSP. We want to change to using other template engine. Okay, template. Suppose here probably you heard some of like a velocity, which is very old, and this velocity comes out before JSP, and a free marker, and also what others time leaf, okay. If you want to change it to another template, really hard. You cannot, because your JSP also has a controller code. It's not only for the view. You cannot change. And the other one, suppose you are trying to change this JSP's name, okay. You are trying to change this JSP's name to another one, okay, to post sign up, and every place in other JSPs which refer to this name, they have to be changed. There is no single location to change this JSP, okay. But those two are actually small problem. The main problem is this part, no separation of concerns. Concerns means features, okay. And all the languages or technologies, they are all go through away from immature to mature, right? Like people also from immature to mature, okay. So here we have a better model which solve the problem we have here. Okay, since we learned servlet, okay, in servlet we write Java code, right? And then JSP we can use to write HTML, most of the HTML code, and the servlet we write our Java code here. Okay, and JSP just for display, and the model still using Java Bean. Okay, so in this case, our JSP act as a view, and our controller, our servlet act as a controller. Okay, and our domain model Java Bean act as a model. So in this case, our concerns, which is a controller and views, they are separated and handled by different servlet and JSP. Okay, so in this case, suppose we want to do the same thing, sign up.jsp. Okay, and here we will have another servlet which is called sign up servlet. Okay, so I have username, password, gender, and submit button. After this, this page is to display the form, and when I click sign up, it will post to this sign up servlet. In the servlet, to post method, we can using request.get parameter to get all the information, and then we populate this model, our domain model, which is user, and then in the servlet we can save to the database, and then we can in the servlet to redirect to thank you page, okay, or success page. Okay, so JSP and this is thank you page all using JSP. And the actual logic is in our servlet, and this is our controller. Okay, and this JSP is a view. Okay, and model 2 also has another name. Most likely we don't call model 2 now. We will call MVC. Okay, this is a very important and a simple design pattern being used in web applications. Like Spring has a Spring MVC. They are all using this design pattern. Model stands for M stands for model, V stands for view, and C stands for controller. Okay, like in our servlet, this playlist, model is a Java class. Any Java class, okay, but this model normally is a Java class like an employee person, and which has the properties which you abstracted for your model, okay, from your business logic, and you might have a getter setters, and you can also include some business logic inside if it's a rich domain model design. And the view in this case is a JSP, and the controller in our case is a servlet. I'm not sure if you can see because this part have my picture here. Like in Spring model is also Java. The view in Spring, it's a plugin and play. That's a feature provided by Spring. Okay, if you want using Timeleaf, there's no need to change the code in the model and the servlet. You just need to change the JSP. Okay, but with model 1 you cannot. And a servlet in Spring, it's not a servlet. It's a normal, it's a plain old Java object which annotated with annotation called controller provided by Spring. And also Spring, this MVC design pattern also used in modern web technologies like Angular. Angular also has MVC. Okay. I hope. Okay. I hope can I erase everything? Okay. I hope after I explain, you understand the difference between them. Okay. And the next one I want to do is how about we using this sign up to write a demo for you guys so you will understand more. Okay. Here, this one also is not very well because there's something called erase all inside the other in Windows PowerPoint also has erase all. And sorry, I forgot one thing to mention. In Model 1, some people will sometimes you will see JSP or servlet here. So it means you using JSP as a view and a controller, or you using servlet as a view and a controller. Both of them will think as Model 1. But it's very clear, Model 2, servlet is controller, view is a JSP, and the model is our Java Bean. Okay. Okay, I'm done. Thank you for watching my video, and see you next time. Bye bye.